Console Corner is brought to you by and created by Bluball 1993, with special thanks to our contributors Garcia, GC2MT, Josh Carbon, Hi-Res, Phazion, Onilight, and many others. If you'd like to be a contributor and a more prominent supporter of Console Corner, be sure to visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Bluball. That's patreon.com/BLUBALL. Hello everyone, my name is Blue. Welcome to another episode of the Console Corner podcast. Today I have two very special guests with me, GC2MT from Kirsty's Hands on the Xbox NA side of things, as well as Miracle from Onslaught, another Xbox NA guy. GC, Miracle, how you guys doing today?
Doing
What's going on,
good.
Blue?
So real quick for both of you, or I have something for each of you here real quick. Onslaught, it's your second time on the podcast. Congratulations. You're the first person to hit 2 podcasts.
Wow.
You were actually in the first one, and that was the longest one to this day. I think it was like, 2 hours almost?
That was too long. Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of stuff to talk about and get it out. All right, so here's my question to you, Miracle. How do you feel about Evolve's server shutting down?
I didn't even know. I honestly didn't even know. PC servers or console?
All of them.
Oh, all of them.
Well, just their PvP apparently is shutting down. So
I didn't even know there was a PvE.
I mean, PvP.
I didn't even know that existed.
PvP.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even know PvE existed. Like,
No, you can still play PvP, but it has to be peer-to-peer.
oh, that's not surprising.
And
The game.
And they're eliminating
Sucks.
the DLC store.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I want a refund. I was definitely gonna go back and play.
No, you can keep all your stuff that you have already bought.
I mean, like, and play it where?
Peer-to-peer, baby. You can have a LAN party at your house.
There actually was supposed to be like a 5K LAN like 6 or 8 months ago, and then they just canceled it real quick.
Oh, yeah, rip
That was
that.
funny.
GC, how
Yeah.
you doing?
Doing pretty good.
GC, what the hell does your name mean, dude?
This is the classic question everyone asks. Well, if I tell you the first 2, I think you can figure out the rest. The first part's ground control. So you're a David Bowie fan.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm feeling it.
Tom.
Major Tom.
But everyone just calls me GC. No one ever says anything else.
Oh, well.
GC or Kev. Which
What-
doesn't help because I have a Kev Falcon on my team who's not even named Kevin. So
Oh, he's pulling the Barracuda and Jeff Hinless
Yeah,
strat over there.
Yeah.
You guys know that, right?
Yeah. Did you know my name's not Jeff?
I'm done, dude. What is your name?
Jordan.
Oh my goodness. All right, so yesterday I got followed on Twitch by a guy. His name on Twitch was YPNETGD.
YPNTGD.
YPNetGD. He followed me and I was like, dude, I don't know what your name is, but thanks for the follow. And he was like, he told me it stands for you're probably not even that good, dude.
He has a point.
That's
I heard you weren't even Grandmasters in ranked Bluball. Is that true? Everyone knows your ranked is the most important thing about a player.
Honestly speaking, you guys probably aren't GMs either.
No, I'm not placed.
no. I got to
placed.
Masters.
You're not
For
even
like 40
placed. Yeah, see, you're one of those
5 minutes.
guys that gets the GM even though you don't have thumbs because obviously you can't click the button to click on ranked.
Mm-hmm. Everyone in ranked is just a time commitment. That's all it really is. Like, you play it a lot, you'll gain TP. Like,
Listen,
over time.
I have like 5,000 games of ranked, but that's because I stream.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch someone play casuals.
I'm actually at 7 ranked qualifiers right now, just because of Koga. Because it's just like, no more casuals, please. Just get this character out of my lobbies. Even Switch kids know to ban Koga on Xbox. Like,
Yeah, speaking of Switch kids, you can't message them, can you?
I don't believe
Nah.
so.
Although
I don't know if they'd be able to read their message while they're playing from inside of their pool. So,
can you? You know, I have a Nintendo Switch, and at my friend's bachelor party in Canada, I was in a kayak drinking beer like a mile offshore. I should have taken a picture and won that prize.
Yeah.
But anyways,
You would've-
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say you would have been up there for the contestants.
I only win things, dude. Okay.
Although the kid holding the controller wrong was up there too, so you would have had to compete with them. That kid's in all my games, I'm convinced.
Yeah, I would have went underwater with it.
I'm convinced players are playing with their Xboxes in pools. Honestly, sometimes, honestly, I feel like Switch kids have been at a higher level in my recent games, than these Xbox players I've been getting. It's not good.
God.
So all Switch jokes aside, I didn't really have a main topic for you guys, so we're kind of just gonna talk about the 1.4 patch, leading into the new meta, because we saw some interesting things here in the first week of play. Second week we took a break because of Labor Day. So did you guys enjoy your Labor Day?
I've had a 4-day weekend. I've been loving it.
I have a 7-day weekend every day.
So does
Ooh.
Jeff.
Pretty much.
Jeff is a LAN winner. He doesn't need a job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Get my back. Get my back.
He lost spring finals and he was like, "Shh, man, I gotta. Where's that McDonald's application?" He filled it out, won Summer Land, and ripped it up.
Yeah, that shit's gone.
Then celebrated with a filet of fish meal. Listen, all right, so you guys both on the top 2 teams in Xbox NA right now, arguably, Onslaught and Kirsty's Hands. Onslaught, I'm not going to say you're surprising me. Jeff, Jordan, Jerry, whatever your name is. I'm not going to say you guys are surprising me. You guys were the best team. You won Summerland. You came in here the number 1 team on Xbox NA. Arguably, you still are. So you guys have been doing well. Is there anything you guys feel that in the first week of the first podcast we talked Miracle, we were talking about how you guys you weren't worried about anybody in Xbox NA, really. You were more so thinking future and against Elevate and just focusing on them and stuff like that. Has your attention kind of turned towards the teams like Kirsty's Hands and Vampire Lord?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I think we lost to Vampire Lord. I don't want to call them that. That's the stupidest name ever. That team, first week. And then
I just call him VP.
I like that better.
Or Vamp.
Yeah. But and then Kirsty's Hands made a roster switch and they improved significantly as well. So
they made a role switch. You made a role switch, didn't you?
Well, technically, I went back to my original role because I used to play support on Goodnight Moon, and then when I came back to Paladins after a long break, I just wanted to play on a team I could have fun with. So I messaged Kev, and he's like, I even just said, hey, I'll come play support, and he's like, nah, I want you on DPS. Koala's got support on lock, and so I played DPS. Now I'm back to support because of just the roster switch that we did with Nasty Wolf and Dovahkiin.
Yeah, that's what I've known you as a damage player, and I knew Kev as a damage player. I knew Dovahkiin as a tank, and I knew Koalix or Koala.
Koalix. He goes by Koalix, with the X pronounced generally.
Okay, well,
or you can just call him piece of shit support or a Nara player, either or. He's not a support anymore, but you still call him it.
Yeah.
He's still a
Well,
support at
see,
heart.
I knew him as a support player. And I didn't.
He used to play tank back on the Kev Falcon Fanboys, was their team name. Back early in the Paladins console series when that first started.
They go all the way back to Valencia qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Kev wasn't Kev on S2DX?
He was for a period of time, yeah.
Nasty Wolf was too.
Yep.
Man.
And yet, I want to point this out. Back when Kirsty's Hands was Farmer GC and his animal companions, we were ranked 16th out of 16. When we had Kev, Wolf, and me, all 3 veterans from top teams in the Paladins console series, so that was pretty fun. Now look at us.
Maybe it's the name change.
It's real. I'm a big fan of both team names. Our Farmer GC and his animal companions, because at the time we had Goatsy as another tank alongside.
No, that's too long.
Kev,
I don't want to type that every time.
And Koala, but we literally had 4 animals and the Farmer GC. Like, it was a destined name. And then Kirsty's Hands comes from a Polar Bear Mike, the support player for United.
PBM. Yeah.
He did a tweet about being a support player and how if you ever make a mistake, you just scream out Kirsty's Hands and your teammates will feel better for you. And a kind of a running joke on our team is how like supports are useless and don't have a valued opinions. So it's not really a running joke. It's just kind of the truth. I know Miracle lost
and both
all
of
his
you are
talent.
support players, so you can both understand that you're both irrelevant.
Yeah.
No, I am a Grover player, and Jeff is a Fernando player. There's a difference.
What? Fernando is not a support.
Doesn't mean he's not a Fernando player in a support's body.
What?
Every time I'm playing support, in my mind, I'm imagining I'm Fernando. I just pretend, because otherwise I'll go crazy because I hate support.
Okay. All right. Did you guys watch the PS4 games in week 1?
I did. I regret watching some of those games and enjoyed the other one. The Flashpoint set was pretty fun to watch because
that was fun.
I wasn't expecting the Torvald.
You weren't expecting the Torvald.
No, we didn't practice it at all going into that tourney that week. We knew Torvald was definitely better, but we hadn't actually played him ourselves. And then when we went into the games against Vampire Lord, they first picked the Torvald on Frog Isle, which really threw us off at first. And then they banned Torvald game 2. And it was like all new because we haven't played against it or we didn't try it that week since Torvald got buffed because we like didn't get many scrims in that week because of me and Kev had late shifts that week.
Well, Torvald is really strong.
He is. Yeah, he's good. He's not. I don't think he's first pick or first ban material personally. I think he is really strong though.
So you're talking about that Torvald play. Let's take a look here. I'm going to give you some numbers. You were surprised at the Torvald, right?
Yeah, when it happened at first, because we hadn't played it or anything, or played against it yet. So when it happened, it was like, we actually thought they did it because they just saw us playing Torvald in a casual game right before the tourney started, or our set versus Vampire Lord, and we're like, did they just think we were going to whip out the Torvald? So they like whipped it out first. Like, is that why they first picked it?
All right, here's some numbers for the both of you off that Torvald. Flashpoint's total shielding across the entire set. They only played 2 games. They won 2-0. So their total shielding was 351,836. Okay. 252,075 of that shielding was from Legacy on Torvald both games.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
He's averaging 126,000 roughly right now per game off of Torvald.
It's pretty crazy.
And if I can remember correctly, he was running field study.
Most likely.
I think everybody will. I don't think Thanks Grandpa will see much.
No, because Thanks Grandpa was so good before because you're getting that bubble for an extra second longer than the field study offered. But now you get that extra time with the field study, so why not use it with the damage boost as well?
Another thing to take into account is that Thanks Grandpa, or whatever the legendary is called, Bad Grandpa or whatever, is currently like slightly bugged, where if you have Chronos 2, it comes back faster than the bubble falls off, and if you reapply it to someone, it won't fill the shield up to full. It'll just extend the duration. So you have to be like careful about when reapplying it on teammates if you're gonna put it on the same person again.
So
which you probably are.
1.4. Do you think what do you think is stronger right now? Double support or increased damage strats?
I think it's team to team. Like, I think there's so many viable things right now and strong characters that it's hard to have necessarily a bad draft. Like, it's just more about how you play it. Like, but I do think heavy sustain is extremely powerful just because of the damage that the supports can put out. But there's also a lot of, like, there's Brand on Nando, there's Leanne, Steph, and Taxes. You know, there's Willow, who's like either banned or picked pretty much every game.
Yeah.
Like, there's answers to it. It's just you have to make sure you have those answers if you see them going into that double support draft.
Yeah.
We saw some double support drafts in the PS4, I believe.
I think there was a Pip played at some point. But I don't know if they ever played like a Furia Grover or like Saris, Damage Saris at all.
There was no Pip played for PS4 side of things.
Wasn't there? I thought there was. Maybe I'm just not misremembering it.
Nope. No Pip, but...
Wow, idiot.
So, okay, so here we're talking about double supports and high output damage comps. What did you think about... Did you watch the Oni Channers versus Game Over?
I did. I saw they let Koga through.
Yes, they let Koga through on the first map. But I want to talk about the other side of the draft in that exact game. Game Over runs triple support. They run the Grover Grok Genos, and then they have solo tank Makoa with a Zin. What's both of your thoughts on that?
Well, if the Grover doesn't cripple the Koga, they all die. That's my thought on that. Because they have a Koga.
The Koga. This was on Brightmarsh, and they also had, and the Koga side also had a Willow.
You don't happen to have the legendaries, do you?
No.
I think Koga was running ammo, and I know he had a jump build. He had a jump build. I remember it.
Actually, do you have the damage or healing for the Grok?
Yes. Of course I do.
Attaboy.
Dumb questions.
Either way, I think it's just...
that was another thing. That was another thing. Okay, so Oni Channers ran a Saris solo heal. And Game Over was running the Genos, the Grok, and the Grover. And this is Grover's heals. 49,010.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Grok's heals. 7,557.
Alright, that's a damage.
Yes. And this is the Genos' healing. 35,597. So in total, this team put 92,164 heals out with 3 supports in that game. The Saris put out 109,738 alone.
Not that surprising.
Well, she also had, I think she had 2 tanks, I believe.
Yeah. When you have 2
she
tanks...
She had a Terminus Fernando.
Like,
on Brightmarsh.
It's hard to...
And Void Divide is not banned anymore, so that could have been the...
Yeah. I think when people, like, I think look too much into healing numbers, I think they get too excited by large numbers when realistically you should be looking at, like, effective healing. Like, there's no number to substantiate that. But,
Yes. That was a discussion that I was having with someone on Twitter the other day. They're like, you can't really say, oh, this person does this much damage per game. Like, you need to see, because every game is a different, like in a football game or an NBA game, they're the same amount of time each game. With our games, it could be an 8-minute game, it could be a 30-minute game. So you'd have to measure it by minute. most effectively. But I can't really do that, and I don't want to bother you guys are capitalists.
No.
I don't want to bother you guys with that kind of stuff. So I just just go by the averages per game at the time being.
Yeah, you just kind of gotta eyeball it, I guess. But like, I find that healing is usually dictated more by your comp and the enemy's team comp. Like, if they have a Willow or if they have a Leon, if they have a Fernando, you're just odds are, unless you're like really beating them up, you're just gonna have less healing. It's just the way it is. Like, or if you have 2 tanks and the other healer only has 1 tank, you're probably going to out-heal them.
Or like if you have double Stagala or like just Rejuve tanks.
Yeah.
Or like
a
if you're
Torvald.
playing Grover and your 5 teammates all pick up Rejuve, like healing numbers really, like Grover and Saris are generally going to have the highest healing numbers as long as their team isn't getting farmed. Like,
yeah.
Or the supports aren't being like pressured excessively hard. The biggest stats to really look at, in my opinion, are like the deaths for supports. Although sometimes it's like a Grover may play out of his mind and still have 9 deaths, but that's just because the enemy team comp has like double flank Khan just going after him, but he still is putting out a lot of healing and like a lot of effective cripples before he dies, and he's like at least trading generally.
Well, I feel like Grover. I feel like Grover's deaths you could have more deaths with Grover than you would normally have with other supports, because with Grover, with the other supports you can kind of sit back. Same with Grok, you can kind of sit back with those supports and still heal your teammates. Like Genos, he can sit far back enough where you can heal 3 people from a distance. Same with Saris, same with Damba even, and Pip as well. But more with like Grover, it's more like there's a certain radius.
Yeah.
Even if you extend that radius in his loadout and Grok as well, you still need to be closer than you would with the other supports. So I feel like more deaths with them is a little bit more acceptable. Don't get too
really
crazy.
To have his juke boots on. Like if he doesn't have his juke boots on and is ready to just like slay some flanks, like he's gonna have a bad game. Like you got to know the vine spots. You got to hit your cripple. Like it's super important as Grover, in my opinion, because like if you die, you want to at least like take someone with you, or like make sure your team is able to take someone with you by like crippling them and like getting them half health at least.
Yeah,
which Grover can do. Like
so so double heal composition. You have a Grover and you have a Genos, or let's say Genos. Okay, Genos is gonna run Luminary.
Not necessarily.
But I feel okay. So if I had a Grover and a Genos on my team, and the other team had like a flank, an annoying flank, or they were running 2 point tanks, I feel that Grover's cripple would be a good card, especially with the new update to it where it chain cripples people now, or it roots people and then it like links to the nearby enemies. I used that in a game. I put it on my YouTube channel. It was insane. I was just crippling everybody the entire time.
I mean, I think the Deep Roots legendary just isn't really the way it bounces. Like when we first heard about it, it was like, oh, that's gonna be fun, because like we were under the assumption it was gonna be like a Grok, like chain lightning, but it's just not.
Like the shock pulse.
Like, yeah, and I feel like in an actual, I haven't used it in a scrim or anything like that.
It
but
doesn't
in an
really.
Game, I don't think you're gonna get a lot of value out of it.
Yeah,
I mean, effervescence 100% of the time, and then like the Genos will be more Luminary, Binary Star, or Cripple, depending.
Well, it's like the difference between that linking between people compared to Shock Pulse on Grok is the Shock Pulse can go up or down.
Mm-hmm.
If it has a line of sight of an enemy that is higher than the other, and the distance is the proper distance that it can reach, it'll do it. The cripple, like if you're on Serpent Beach, you cripple someone on point, capture point, and someone's on that little bridge right there, it's not going to hit them.
Mm-mm.
The Shock Pulse will. That Grok in Game 1 was played by Vengeance. 50,218 damage, 7,500 heals. He had the highest KD on his team that game.
Was it through assist, or was it through final blows?
No, it was through final blows.
Okay.
He had 2 assists, and he had 6 kills. Ball and Barry and Peacekeeper both had 1 kill apiece, and then Drizzy Diaz and Nedslark both with 0. Those two have the lowest KDs in the league. I don't know. I just feel like what do you guys think happened there? Game Over beat Oni Channers in group stages.
They just had a terrible draft.
Both times.
They didn't have any answer to Koga. They let Koga through.
Okay, so the Koga was Swiper. He went 11-1-7. He had a 13 KD. So that was a big thing.
What were the 2 tanks on the other damage? I know it was the Saris, and it was they had a Willow.
They had a Willow, Terminus, Fernando, Saris, and Koga.
How the fuck do you get Willow and Koga?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you go triple DPS into the best flank, triple support into the best flank in the game, a Willow, and then a Grok damage versus a Koga who you're never going to be able to like bounce or track effectively to get the ramping damage, and 2 tanks with shielding capabilities.
Like Koga was first pick, and then Game Over picks Grover, Makoa, and then the term Willow come out.
That's game over. That's already game.
And then I feel like they drafted the Grok and Genos too early. They showed face too early because they immediately go Grok Genos second, and they just grab Fernando Saris, and then they're left with the Zin last pick.
Yeah.
And if the Maelstrom's not going to get much value either, in my opinion, because the Void Abide Saris is just going to be able to, like, it's Bright March. It's such a tight map. You heal everyone.
Yeah, it's not a lot of burst damage, but it's a lot of, like, continuous damage.
But the Saris is able to, like, counteract that.
It's not burst.
It's not like Maelstrom's applying caught. And, like,
well, it's just not.
It was just a terrible draft.
It's not going to finish the kill before that heal comes in.
No.
The second draft was on Stone Keep. Koga's banned this time. Then they pull out the Drogo's first pick for Game Over. Oni Channers take Grover Term, and then Genos, Nando, Buck Vivian, Anara Furia, and then Khan is last picked.
What?
What map was this on?
Stone Keep.
Oh.
And which team was this? Was this still Oni Channers versus
Game Over? My question is, not only is Khan last pick of the game, but why do you not? You draft Drogo's first. They take a Buck, Vivian, and Grover. Why do you not have a hit scan on Stone Keep?
No idea, dude.
You have Drogo's, Genos, Nando, and Ara Furia.
I mean, Furia hit scan.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
Was Victor banned or something, or?
Nah,
I think he was.
Bans were Torvald, Koga, BK, and Zin.
No, I know there were Victor bans on the EU games. I remember seeing them.
On the EU game?
Yeah. No, some teams were banning Victor. I remember it. It was either banning or first picking Victor. At least I think it was the other set of.
Victor was first picked one time for Brutal Fissure versus YCTG.
That's it.
First pick, not first pick for that team. First pick.
Yeah.
That was Brutal Fissure, map 1 for Frog Isle.
Yeah, we should probably just not discuss those games, by the way. I don't think there's really much to discuss there.
I don't know. YCTG has been falling off in my eyes. They beat Flashpoint in week 1 of qualifiers, and then after that, they just took a poop. They've had some roster issues.
You can beat a top team and still be like, whatever. Onslaught lost the game.
You don't understand. When someone beats Flashpoint like that, it gives us hope. Not because we don't like Flashpoint. I love Flashpoint. I love those guys on that team. I like change. I like some fresh. Whoa! What the fuck just happened?
If you like that, I would suggest tuning in to Week 3 Percy's Hand.
Week 3, you say?
Well, you're ranked higher, so you should be favored.
Hey, if you look at high-res placements as well, we are the #1 team right now. Even though
Are
we
you
dropped
the number
Matt.
1 seed? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
High-res placements. What are you talking about?
High-res's little like sheet of like where the teams are placed currently had us above Onslaught.
What
with 1
sheet?
game.
I didn't see this.
It's on their pro website. I'll try to see if I can find
Probably
it.
on Paladins Pro.
Yeah.
Probably a little tweet they sent out.
I think
Like
they
at
also
3 a.m. or something.
You said at 3 a.m.?
Probably. I don't know. They probably went out of their way to make sure no one saw it.
Oh, Paladins Esports. That's what the website is.
There you go.
Is it on the Twitter?
Probably from a while ago. I'm trying to find the picture for you. But yeah, the Brutal Fisher games, those just were like Clown Fiesta watching them. Like, no offense, but like kind of offense.
Twitter's over capacity right now and cannot load. What? All right, so what do you guys think we will see here, like in the meta?
Like changes, like what characters are gonna rise up.
How good do you guys really think Koga's gonna be? We've only seen him played once.
No, he is not any NA Xbox game. I can guarantee you will never see Koga played.
Okay, but here's the thing: we've only seen him once, but I know of him being picked in the Xbox EU side of things, and he lost. So,
what was the matchup? Was it like
so Koga's 1-1?
All I know is that in casual games and in ranked games, like bad players, like legitimately bad players with Koga will give people issues. Like really good people, like it's just not. And then you give a good Koga the reins, he's pretty much a tank, a flank, and a damage all in one. Because he takes so much time and commitment to kill him, you have to completely draft around him if they have it, and he puts out the damage of like the best damages and has the mobility of the best flanks, and he can get high ground. Like, he's just too good. And he gets bonus healing, and he has CC cards, he has infinite ammo while running Adrenaline Junkie. His cards are just too good. Everything about him is just too strong.
Nah, just fix our aiming, we'll be able to fucking hit him.
I don't think it's just that. I also think it's the latency issues. Like, there's more ping on console.
Oh, maybe.
Because, like, even if you aim perfectly, like, even between his dashes, like, you still won't be able to hit him sometimes. And by the way, on PC, on the official Reddit tier list, Koga was S tier on PC and A something on console. So.
That's because the console big dicks are like, oh, I beat Koga all the time. No, he's no problem. No.
Yeah,
the character's busted. Like, none of us can aim. Like, the characters that are good into Koga are the ones we can't play because we can't fucking aim. Like, it's just a fucking mess. I could literally talk for like an hour about how the meta would be different if we could aim.
Okay, tell me, what is the meta? What is something? Name me 5 of the best champs in the meta right now, and then name me the 5 champs in the meta that would be the best in the meta if the aim settings were fixed.
Leon.
Right now?
100%. Leon is busted. She's
Leon
still
would
really
be better
good right now, but she would be way better with good aim settings.
I think
with
for now,
what the hell is wrong with you? You don't need to aim with that champ.
With her abilities.
Yeah. That's how you kill things these days.
Right. But you know,
I don't use my primary attack.
Well, that's how you burst people. That's how you.
When I'm Makoa, I just hook people a bunch of times until I have my ult.
Makoa would be better. Makoa is one of the characters. On PC, he's like first picked every time.
First of all, Makoa is the best character in the game right now. I'm being dead serious. He's the best champ in the game right now. Forget Koga. If you run Davy Jones' locker, nobody can kill us.
True.
Listen, let me tell you something. If I tried to kill Usain Bolt, it wouldn't happen. He's gone, baby. Okay? If I try to kill Makoa, he's gone. He's out of here. You can't kill what you can't catch.
I can't believe that shit, dude. I thought it was a really good idea. I thought it was like a fun idea to add that in.
Whose
And
idea was that?
I don't know, but it was kind of cool and exciting until you have your teammates running it, thinking it's going to be okay, and then they literally just throw your games relentlessly. It's like,
all right, but think about it this way: beforehand, they might have ran Davy Jones' locker pre-shell spin travesty, like. Then they probably just weren't going to hit any hooks and literally not have a legendary. At least this way they can roll around and have some fun. You know, they're not going to do anything anyways. So
yeah, I need them rolling into the back line to die faster. I guess
if they're rolling into the back line, that's better than what my randoms usually do. Like
I guess now the
Think
Koga
about it.
has used up 7 of his bullets in his clip because he doesn't have to reload. So
Where is this picture for the console thing?
it's there. It's somewhere. I can't find it on their website. It seems they have taken down the console league stuff.
Yeah, because they seen that my power rankings are more accurate than theirs.
Oh, you screamed a little bit too loud there, Blue. Can't hear you.
What?
You cut out after screaming power rankings.
Yeah, I farted.
Oh, okay, perfect.
My power goes out when that happens.
That's impressive.
No, I mean, how are they going to judge power rankings? All they see is the match scores.
They also have spectators watching our games. We've had the administrators message us mid-game before. There was one game where me and Jeff were playing on Goodnight Moon. We had to reset it because Trenzik was running Obsidian Makoa, and Kenneth was congratulating us on emoting on top of the point while we were doing it. And Kenneth is the admin for anyone not aware that runs our console league tournaments.
So Jeff, tell me this: you saw that happened, and then you still decided to team with Trenzik?
I hate my life. I hate teaming with that kid.
Oh, you better apologize before you guys make land and that 9-foot monster comes at you
oh my
down
God.
the hallway.
He'll kick my ass, man.
You guys are probably the same width, I imagine, but just you guys are Timon and Pumbaa, except for the same width.
One correction though, Bluball, you just said that Jeff was going to make land. He is, but he's going to be coming as my sub.
Wow.
Oof. That's right.
Jeff.
The deal is if I make land, I kick my entire team and he comes with me.
Your team, not just you. You guys are gonna 2v5 the console wars.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wonderful. Skeppy, Quilmat, Trenzik, they're all gone.
Oh. Wait. Yo, so GC, if you guys make land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys getting Kirsty's Hands jerseys, or are you gonna sign to an org?
We're talking with some orgs right now. Don't want to spill any beans, but
listen, there's only one org you guys need to
our org.
That's fucking shut up. No, listen. There's
only need to plug in your optics to see our org. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
No. There's only one org you need to go after, okay? If Kirsty's Hands beats Onslaught for the LAN qualifier, you contact Onslaught and you say, listen, we just beat your fuck-ass bums. Give us your goddamn jerseys.
Dude, I don't want some retarded dragon on my jersey.
Oh, my God. Come on.
Oh. No, but, okay, so let's talk about some EU Xbox things here. Who are your biggest... Okay, obviously Vex is the number one team over there. Who's the biggest threat for Vex?
I couldn't even tell you the other teams at this point.
I thought it would be Radiant, which was My Dad Cuts My Hair, but
that's Fluxy, right? That's Fluxy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Which team has God, what's his name? Wildcard on it. Is that Vex?
Oh,
that's
no.
Radiant.
There you go.
Radiant has Smutney, Fanatics, Wildcard, Potent, and Kings.
That's the team I would pick 100% as the second best. Who's ranked second best? If you're saying they're not there,
I think Zimmerframe is pretty good.
who is that?
Zimmerframe is the team that beat OTP in week 1. They 2-0'd them too in reasonable fashion. That's Fluxy.
Okay.
It's Whitey, Big Booty Soul, and Killer G39. And they used Bizjop that week as a sub, but I think
Bishop's from roster on that now.
Bizjop?
Bishop.
Bishop?
Yeah.
That's how
I
you
have
say
a
his
Bishop
name?
Yeah, because I have Bishop on my team. I'm going to call him Bishop.
No, I call him Bizjop. Bizjop, like B-I-Z.
Biz.
Okay? Because he's not dropping the business. He's jopping the biz. Okay? First of all, I want to give a big shout out to BizJop because everybody on that team forgot to screenshot their stats. And I DM'd all of them in a group chat. I'm like, yo, somebody has to have the screenshots. And BizJop, first of all, they played their games on Saturday. BizJop tells me when I messaged them on Monday, he said, I deleted the game after our tournament. He says, yeah, I just re-downloaded it every Saturday morning. What?
There's no way. There's no way, dude.
Listen, he sent me a picture of him re-downloading the game, and he's like, if they're there, I'll send them to you. And I'm like, they should be there. And in the back of my head, I'm like, does the game restart when he re-downloads it? Not your account level or anything, but
yeah,
the past.
You would lose your recents. I would think.
Yeah, you don't.
Wow.
He loads it up. Ooh, excuse me. He loads it up, and he's like, "They're there." And I was like, "All right, can you send them?" And he goes, "Only if you fix the aim settings." So now, whenever someone says something about aim settings on Twitter, BizJop just comes in out of the blue and is like, "Don't worry, Bluball's working on it." I can't figure out the formula I need in the Google Sheets document, but I'm going to fix the aim settings of Paladin's console.
All right, thank you.
I'm in a really blessed situation where I stopped playing the game before they changed the aim settings and took a 3 or 4 month break, came back, and now I'm used to the new ones. And the only time I'm like, wow, these aim settings.
All right, we got a level 5 buster here.
No. I can tell they suck because whenever I play Damba, I can't heal nearly as well as I used to. Because I used to only play Damba pretty much as support.
So look, yeah. I'm okay with the aim settings because I'm one of those guys where it's like, I just go with the flow, And I try to work with what is there. But I can tell that they're messed up because I'll be playing on stream, and someone will compliment my aim, which is. First of all, that's awesome because I'm terrible. Second of all, it's even more awesome because the aim settings are trash. But when I'm playing, so last night I'm playing Victor, okay? And I'm aiming down my sights, and I'm shooting, and I'm nailing this guy in the head. And then all of a sudden, my gun jerks to the right. I don't even know how to explain it, but the slightest movement sometimes does more than what it should do.
I think it's an issue of the aim friction just stopping to work. And it's I feel like it's different on different characters. Koga has
it does it randomly.
Best aim assist and tracking. It's just better on him.
The dead zones are all fucked up.
Yeah, it makes me. I'm about to buy a new controller and see if that's the problem. Because the thing is, I look like I have Tourette's when I'm aiming.
Have you been just check just in case you might have Tourette's? You never know.
Wow, I thought you were gonna say something about the settings, and this man comes at me with okay. All right, but I don't know. I think Zimmerframe is pretty good. OTP gave Radiant trouble. OTP gave Vex trouble. Radiant gave Vex trouble, and now here comes Zimmerframe beating OTP in good fashion. They beat them so bad that Ninja Zen left OTP.
That is
You guys know who Ninja Zen is, though, right?
Yeah, that is like the most EU thing I've ever heard. They lost one set, so some dude left.
Their captain. I mean,
dude, what the?
He's been with the team for a while.
Yeah, lose ones. Oh god, EU is just like you never know who their teams are anymore.
But they lost.
You never have any idea.
They lost with a sub.
Oh, more reason. Better leave.
Yeah, they had Suki-less Sushi because Naiju didn't play.
Crazy.
So you guys both think Radiant are the ones?
The last time I played them was like a month ago, so I'm sure there's been a bunch of roster changes. But the month ago Radiant that we played, I thought they played really well.
They had Swiper at that time, though.
Did they? I don't know.
Swiper moved to NA after week 1 of qualifiers.
So.
All right, so check this out, right? Check this out. I have a theory that Xbox EU, their entire community, this is a conspiracy that they switch teams so often.
Oh God. Okay.
Nah, check it, right? There was that big debate last week and the week before about people trying to join teams because they were roster locked to teams that didn't make PCL.
Okay.
Do you guys remember seeing that on Twitter or whatever? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say any names, but I will. Zimmerframe was playing with BizJop and Flexi, who were on 2 separate teams for week 3, the group stages. And then they played for this team, and everyone was saying all these roster lock rules and stuff, but yet they played week 1 of PCL on Zimmerframe, which was the team they both didn't play for. So I think that they didn't catch that. Maybe they did. I don't know what goes behind the scenes in these guys' DMs to the admins, you know? But if they didn't catch it at first, you know? Maybe they changed the rule because they were like, crap, they already played. We can't do that to them. So now everybody's unroster locked from non-PCL teams. But
maybe.
Xbox EU switches teams so fast that it just confuses the admins. Nobody knows who's who. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a big.
Hi-Rez seems to not really. I mean, sorry, Evil Mojo doesn't really seem to care much about roster locks. Like, I think the fact that right now Paladins console league teams can just drop and like move around rosters is just silly. Like, I think like you should be roster locked on the team that got you into the league. That's just my opinion, though.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's it. 6 weeks, I'm the commish, okay? I'm the commissioner. We got trade deadline. We've got roster locks. All trades must be approved by the commissioner. Let's go. What's your first trade you would make, GC?
Genos R34's team for Press Y entirely.
First of all, you cannot trade a team for another team that has nothing to do with your team.
What roster change? I take Jeff off of Onslaught and put him into my sub slot.
No, come on, man.
So what does Onslaught get out of that trade?
They get my sub that doesn't play the game.
Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
Golem or Khalil.
Okay, now it comes through to my end. I'm the commissioner. I approve the trade. Boom, done. That's how we're going to do it.
Thank you.
Wow. What a
But I
trade.
feel like they should have only allowed roster
Basketball
changes
reasons.
2 weeks of open bracket. And then, like, that's more than enough time to be like, all right, we need a change. Like, we just lost against New Gaming Order first round. Something clearly needs to change.
No. What I'm saying, I think you should be able. People in the PCL should be roster locked. There should be a trade deadline, and the people that didn't make PCL can be picked up by teams in the PCL.
Yeah.
But
as long as it's approved. But on the same time, teams can just like say, "Oh, he's my sub." Like,
but here's the problem. If you pick someone up and then you drop someone, that person can then go to another team. I think that they can get picked up by another PCL team, but that PCL team that picks them up after. Okay, so let's say Jeff gets dropped, right?
reasonable.
Okay, so Miracle. Let's say you get dropped from Onslaught. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. So we've already done week 1 of PCL. You get dropped. Kirsty's Hands picks you up. They sign you to their roster, right? Or they add you
Right.
to their roster. They're not allowed to put you in the game. They're not allowed to have you play for 1 week.
Huh. What is the thought behind that? Just so you can't like roster swap left and right?
Yes. If you change
I
teams,
think I like it.
If you
It
change,
discourages it. It discourages it for sure.
if you change teams 3 times, you only play half a season.
Yeah. I just can't imagine like the player who's getting kicked would have any will to play, unless you're forcing your sub to play.
I want to see more substitutes, man.
I don't, because I'd prefer to play with my full roster.
No.
That's me, though.
I'm not saying like substitute just to play your substitute. I'm saying like, like I hate to say this, but in Overwatch, they bring in certain subs depending on what comps they want to run and what maps they're on and things, or what team they're facing.
That'd be interesting. Like, like this is something I've been thinking for a while. Someone like Destronite would be like perfect for that because like he only plays like a handful of things, but he plays them pretty well.
Now, Jeff, a handful, that probably implies more than 2.5. Now, you give Destro too much credit.
If it's over under 4, I'm taking the under. But
listen, what they said. I remember Press Y sending me a roster and their roles, and I seen they had frontline or main tank, off tank, blah blah, blah support, and then it says Destronite.
Sniper? Is that what it said?
It says Destronite, backline DPS. I'm just like, what the fuck in the world is that?
Well, our team.
I said, what is these guys playing fucking Call of Duty and you got a goddamn anchor over here? Like, what the hell? They're playing Capture the Flag and Paladins right now.
Yep, pretty much.
I think Destro was banned from more characters than his character pool. Like,
Yeah.
And then they ended up moving him to support for in group stages versus us, and then back to damage in group stages versus Vampire Lord.
All right, look, check this out. I was on a team back in the day, right after Valencia qualifiers, and we scrimmed a team, and Destronite was filling in on that team, and he was playing frontline, and I forgot who it was, but they're like juicing this kid the whole time, like, oh, this guy's from Xbox, he's so good, blah blah blah. The team we were facing was one of the best anyway, so we were like,
was it an Xbox team on PS4 by chance?
No. No, it wasn't.
You
this
sure?
this was before the Xbox transfer began.
I really hate that. I wish there was console locks like there is on Smite. Like, console. I think it's just like silly.
Well, there's console locks on Smite because you played. They just added the PS4 to the league.
No, there's console locks on Smite because fucking Weekend and Allied and Omega came over to Xbox Smite after they didn't make Super Regionals on PC and then won Worlds on Xbox. That's why they make console locks on Smite between PC and console.
So you want to do that for PC and console for Paladins?
I want to do that for every system.
Because there goes Smutney's whole console.
Yeah.
He's got to choose.
I just think like the way Hi-Rez promotes the tournament, it's console wars.
They
In
don't
one
promote
corner,
the
we
tournament.
have
Calm down.
Xbox. I mean, the logo says console wars. Calm down. Like, that's enough promotion for me. In one corner, you have an Xbox team versus an Xbox team using PS4 controllers. Like, I think it's silly.
You know what I want is, okay, so here's Console Corner's whole mission is to grow the community and the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm going to make us so big where we can actually compete for a world championship because there'll be multiple regions. We can't necessarily call HRX a console world championship. It's only NA and EU. Like PC, they have the Oceanic, the SEA, the LATAM.
Yeah,
There's a lot of LATAM players.
CIS.
no, no, they're not. They're not pretty good.
They're really
no.
good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jesus. The
Listen,
Brazil region, like
the Brazilians are the PS4 dominators, dude.
I'm just waiting for the Switch to finally get their league they deserve.
Listen,
There's
they
a lot of
come into
boom
my
emojis
games
running on
and
Switch.
run the Lex, and they just run all over people. Then they slide into my DMs with Te Puta and all that. Okay.
they're just good.
You said you're waiting for Switch what?
For Switch to get their league. I mean, they clearly deserve it. Like
Switch cannot get a league. They don't have game chat.
I think Switch is getting like an online service, and I really hope it does have voice chat of some form.
Well, if they have voice chat, then Xbox should not be as mean anymore if they're able to hear you and talk back.
And I mean, you can also go into Discord and like communicate there.
No, but you have to realize that when you're creating a video game league on like a console, you can't expect all the players that sign up to have Skype or Discord or, you know.
But I feel like you can expect a player that's trying to compete at a in an official capacity to take the extra mile to download Discord and hook up.
Hey, listen here, nerd. When I first started playing Paladins, I had no clue what the hell Discord was.
Yeah, but now look, you have your own server.
Now I can navigate it with my eyes closed. I wouldn't really call my server a server. I just go there to hide from people.
Good point.
It doesn't work. They still post anime things. Dude, I don't watch anime, and like people are.
My team is the only team.
I feel like an 85-year-old man when like someone says like a term or a word or slang from anime. I have absolutely no idea what is being said.
Baka.
When I was a kid, I'd wake up on Saturday mornings, watch Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. That was about it. I'll tell you what, though. Whoever comes to HRX and you want to get smacked in air hockey, I'm ready. Whoever comes to HRX and want to get smacked in Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm ready.
More of a foosball kind of guy.
All right, yeah. See, this is why you're going to lose to Onslaught.
W's.
No, but give me your guys' thoughts on the league or the teams in the league across both consoles, across both regions. Like, is there any teams that you're happy to see in the league? Is there any players you're happy to see in the league? Anybody you think that is improving? Any new players that you think could have potential to be a top player? Any veteran players that you think will remain on top? You know, just give me your overall thoughts about the players, the teams, the league, and all of that nonsense.
That's all.
I guess I'm actually kind of happy to see Genos R34's team, the Happy Battle Cats, in the league. Mainly because they have been improving. They've been grinding the game a lot. And honestly, I feel like if Press Y didn't get bracket fucked every single week, that they still might not have made it into the PCL against Happy Battle Cats. The way that they...
You mean Press Y would have still potentially lost to them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Press Y, the meta changed so much, it moved away from triple DPS, and it really hurt them. And then I think they got in their own head a little bit, and were just playing down. Like, they weren't the same team that they used to be, like, going into open bracket and the qualifier weeks.
Yeah,
and
I can agree with that. The triple DPS not being as strong anymore definitely does hurt Press Y.
Not that it's not usable. Like,
no,
you can definitely...
It is.
Triple DPS.
It is.
It's just...
Miracle?
Yeah, I actually have a question for you. Did Kenichi get dropped for Soldier Bot?
We think he did. We're not 100% sure.
We're not sure.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, so that happened.
Well, that's up to them if they want to publicly announce if that happened or not.
Well, we scrimmed them, and Kenichi was online playing something else, and
I do know the answer.
Messages, so it's like, and they also right before like the previous week they moved Kenichi to tank and Hilltime to permanent DPS.
Okay,
and then all of a sudden SoldierBot's playing and Kenichi's on a different game.
Let's talk VP here for a second, okay? Because I want to ask. Vampire Lord beats Onslaught in week 1, right? What happened there, Miracle? We didn't get to watch that game, so just give me like a quick 30-second rundown.
So they outdrafted us, and they played us with we played 3 matches, I think.
Yeah, it was 2.
The first game we beat them up really bad, and we did the typical, we're just better than everybody, so we just stopped caring. Then we got beat, and then we did the other classic, just tilt our brains off, play like idiots.
Okay.
And well, we definitely tilted and hurt ourselves, but the part that kind of kills me if Kenichi was actually dropped is Kenichi. I felt like Kenichi and Hilltime were the main reasons that they beat us. They pretty much carried, in my opinion. Kenichi on Bomb King and Hilltime on Eevee, but
okay, so
if they dropped him, that's kind of a bummer for him. He got kind of screwed, in my opinion. Not SoldierBot's bad, dude. SoldierBot's a very good player, and if you look at the flexibility of their roster, it does make sense. It's just the poor guy got fucked if that happened.
But I think on the other side of things, Hilltime is still a good tank. I think they were just as flexible before. It's just that they wanted to keep going into triple DPS to put Hilltime on a carry. It's just that they had 3 DPS players, and Hilltime was forced onto tank, which he's still really good at. Hilltime is an amazing player.
Okay, so week 1 they beat Onslaught. Week 2 they lose in the semifinals to Bushwhackon. What are you doing? Popping bubble wrap?
Can you hear that? I'm sorry, man. I'm hungry.
What are you eating? Bubble wrap or popcorn?
I'm eating pretzels.
That is not pretzels, Jeff.
Yeah, it is. Oh, this is definitely pretzels.
Jeff only consumes Blue Moon and pretzels, Bluball.
All right. Now I know what beer not to order at HRX.
Wow.
Well, that way you can drink them all.
I got it.
Do you put the what is it, lemon or orange slices in there?
It's an orange slice.
Oh.
Yeah, I squeeze it and then I just drop it in there.
Squeeze me, sir.
I don't think so.
Well, that's supposed to be a joke on excuse me.
I took it seriously.
Oh, yeah, Jeff already is too busy squeezing Trenzik's mom, but
all right. So Vampire then loses to Bushwhackon in week 2. I mean, what happened there? Just one bad game or something, or? So
we talked to Kenichi right after the game. Kenichi said it's because they were trolling, but then we got screenshots of the scoreboard, and it's doesn't look like you guys are trolling to me. I think they just threw. Simple as that. Apparently they were up 3-0, and then they got reverse swept. Ooh. And Bushwhackon was just doing super weird things, just 5-man grouping all of a sudden, and they just couldn't react to it, apparently. And I believe Hilltime had a really poor performance on Buck on a Jag Falls game with they ran triple DPS, but it was a really good triple DPS comp.
Okay, and then week 3 group stages, they make it into groups, but I mean they were in the group with Press Y and you guys beat them. They beat Press Y, and everyone got a free win off Cute, who didn't show up.
It was gonna be a free win anyway.
Jeff!
What? What? Is my mic freaking out?
Yeah.
My bad. I'm getting restless.
We're almost done, brother. I still think the funniest part about Cute not showing up is Flavor of Fear, not Fly So Fatal, got all of the blame, even though Diedrich literally just didn't wake up and had no intention of showing up to play in the tournament. Apparently.
So Flavor of Fear subbed in for Styles week 1 PCO.
Mm-hmm. And we thought he was permabanned because that's what Kenneth said. And then Kenneth was like, "What? He's not banned. What are you talking about?"
Oh, my goodness, this. okay, so I mean, Vampire Lord had to use Flavor Fear as a sub week 1. They had to use a sub the one time as well. Comedy spilled G Fuel on his router. I think he was trying to boost the signal. Whether or not they drop Kenichi now, I mean, if they did, they're going to have to practice with someone new in the lineup, whether they're a veteran player or not. You still need chemistry practice. Is that the reason why Vampire's been kind of slowing down in the competitiveness as of lately, or are they just not as good as we thought they would be?
I think
on
it's
paper.
just speeding up.
What was that?
I think it's just because Kirsty's hands have been speeding up. Like,
this guy loves to boost himself, dude.
No, I feel like their win against Onslaught was draft related. That I don't think they got worse. Like every time I play Hilltime's team, they don't seem to get worse. Like,
so it could be the substitute in the roster problems.
I don't feel like Flavor Fear played bad. I feel like he had a really bad stat line on the Stone Keep game, but that was because he was a solo tank McCullough into a death trap.
Was the Stone Keep game? Which game was that? 1, 2, or 3?
That was game 3. It's when we had the Ruckus and they had Torvald.
He went 2, 12, and 5 that game.
Yeah, but we had a Vivian, Ruckus.
That's not great.
And like we had a lot of damage.
No, you guys had a lot of damage in game 2.
Dude, we murdered them game 3. Like that was a fast one.
Yeah, that was
like McCullough had no chance on point. I would cripple him. He couldn't get away.
That was like 4-1. Game 2 was 4-0.
Well, the one doesn't count. Called come for a reason.
Okay. The one doesn't count. Courtesy. Okay. Do you hear this guy, Jeff?
I hear him every day.
Jeff, if you guys lose to this guy, it's going to be doubled.
Oh, it's going to get really bad.
It's already doubled. It doubles every day.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Kirsty's Hands beats Onslaught, Onslaught's dropping 4 spots in the power rankings, even though they lost to a team above them.
They probably deserve it. Honestly, I think having them at number
listen,
5
if Onslaught loses, there's only 15 power rankings.
Gotta drop us to like 18 or something.
You're falling off the freaking spectrum.
I mean, think about it this way, Blue. Like, they have Wonderful. Wonderful's known Ruckus player. He hasn't played Ruckus in how long? Clearly fallen off.
Hey, that's a Saris player now, okay? Every season he swaps it up, baby. He was a Ruckus, then he was a Ruckus, then he was a Ruckus, then he was Emoji, and now he's a Saris, dude. You know what? Let me give you those Saris numbers, okay? Total damage, baby. Total damage on the Saris. 122,478. 2 games. 2 4-0s. Saris. Holla at your boy.
I played Saris 1 game. I think I probably averaged about that much damage on Bright Marsh as Heal Saris.
He said Heal Saris. This guy.
Dude, I hit on that Bright Marsh game. You want to know why that was a 4-0? Because I hit
Wait. Time out for a second.
5-man Saris.
Time out. Jeff, what characters did Skeppy play? Game 1 and 2.
I honestly couldn't even tell you.
Oh my goodness.
Jeff probably didn't have view of his teammates that game. He was
listen.
too busy at the point while they were zoning.
I was riding the point.
Skeppy had 136,900 damage total over the weekend. Wonderful's got 122,000 on Saris. He's right behind him.
I guess Skeppy sucks.
Which really brings into question how Wonderful didn't bring home his 3rd MVP trophy and Skeppy did.
The real questions.
I mean,
I'm just surprised.
Honestly, that's my MVP trophy.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
I like the way you respect transitive property, Blue, and you see how we beat Vampire Lord and Vampire Lord beat Onslaught, and you rank us higher. It's just facts. I mean, it's hard to debate. Transitive property dictates we're the best NA team.
Because you guys have been okay. So listen, buddy, they lost They lost one map to Happy Battlecast. Happy Battlecast was a tier 3 team at the time. Okay, so I mean, you have the better resume. It's like, okay, this is something I learned. You know how everyone talks about ELO this, ELO that, right? I looked up the ELO formula. It's a terrible formula. It's for 1v1s. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
It was created for chess. So, do you know who used to use the ELO formula?
Paladin and Smite Guru.
Well, the gurus, yes, but I'm talking real sport. There is a real sport that uses the ELO.
It wasn't college football, was it?
It was, bro. Before the playoff system, they used the ELO. That's why there was so much problems with the rankings, because they would be like strength of schedule.
Jesus Christ.
That's where ELO went into effect, because if team B is ranked second and team A is ranked first, and people were like, "Oh, that's not a bigger school than team B. That's not a better team than team B." But team A went up against teams that were higher tiered and had higher ELOs than the teams that team B went up against.
Just fucking nonsense.
Dude, I was fascinated when I realized that college football. I was like, yo, that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it does. Right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They changed that system, like, to win. Do you know?
I forgot what year, but all I know is Ohio State won the first one, baby. That was like 2011.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, I mean, Kirsty's Hands has had a better strength of schedule than Onslaught has.
Oh, for sure. I honestly didn't have a problem with the rankings at all.
Oh, well.
All about motivate your team. That's for sure.
I'm gonna expose Jeff, but I'm gonna expose him. But the first time the first time I did power rankings, he messages me on Twitter and goes, "Do not make us number one. We are terrible." I was like, dude, you're definitely not number one, bro. His only response is, "Good."
I think you said the highest I could put you is like 5 or something like that.
No. Then I start doing the power rankings, and about 3 hours later, I come back in the DM like, dude, listen, I am breaking down the formulas, and I am going crazy pulling my hair. I'm like, you guys are not even top 4. And he's like, even better. and I'm just like, oh my God, this kid hates his team, dude. And then I'm like,
I don't mind. Happy because we went from Farmer GC rank 16 to boom, here we are, boys, number 4.
Dude,
finally.
You're never gonna let that go.
No, I'm not.
What week was that even?
I don't know. It was like the last PCS, and it was like,
God, that's when it was still split. No, that's when it was still split between Xbox and PS4. It wasn't all one ranking.
Yeah,
you could have been ranked 32, buddy.
Ranked 16, boy.
What?
16 out of 16. I'd have to find it, but it was pretty funny.
Maybe you guys didn't have a good strength of schedule, and plus you were probably ass.
No, we had like 2 subs, and we lost against Island Shots team, who I have no idea what they're called. But it was still
90210 or something like that.
They still got placed way higher than us, even though it was like 1 point off of winning with 2 subs. I feel like the console analysts here just didn't do enough research,
or maybe the console analysts at that time didn't have access to the Xbox match results Discord server, and now he does. Or maybe back then people didn't want to give him the screenshots. Maybe back then nobody wanted to cooperate. You know, hey, here's a tweet to everyone saying I need rosters. I put up a roster. Someone goes, "That's not our roster, you dummy," and I'm just like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you. You didn't fucking respond.
Meh.
Meh? That's all you have to say.
Yeah, meh. I mean, I guess.
This guy, the balls on this guy, dude.
Yeah. He's
I
fun.
feel like the community is like really split. Like personally, like I can understand why people may not agree with all your opinions about stuff because like it's ultimately it's your opinions and.
But I try to base it as mainly on facts as I can.
Yeah. But I mean, I know a lot of people got butthurt over the Onslaught placement, and realistically, they are a better team than us at the moment. Don't worry, week 3 still happening. But it's like, yeah, you have the information that you're given, and you're going off of that. So, but ultimately, I feel like people should just be like, hey, dude, this guy is like trying to make console not a joke. Like, I don't care what his opinions are. Like, give him some credit. Like, are you putting in this work? No. Like,
I've had a lot of people ask me if I've gotten paid for doing the stat sheet. And when I tell them
Why?
no,
Who would pay you?
well, here's the thing. When I say no, they're just like, why the fuck?
all right. That's just not true. You are being paid $3 a month right now, good sir.
That drops down to $2 a month after I give you the thing.
$2. That's good. That's more than the Enix contract.
The Enix contract is losing money if they made any.
All right, so wrapping up here, is there, who? Okay, you guys think Radiant is the best to take down Vex. Of course, you think Kirsty's Hands is the best to take down Onslaught GC.
I mean, it's in the power rankings.
Miracle. If you had to say, if there's any team that you guys could potentially lose to, who would it be? Would it be Kirsty's Hands? Would it be Vampire? Or could Happy Battle Cats come and smack you guys again?
They've given us the smack before. Honestly, we could lose to either Vamp or Kirsty's Hands, but if I could avoid one, I would avoid Kirsty's Hands. I think they're a little bit stronger right now.
I see there's 2 ways that this whole league goes down right now. I see it either 1 coming down to land being decided by week 6, Kirsty's Hands versus Onslaught, depending on as long as we don't drop a game to Vampire Lord, which is totally possible. They're a great team, and I can see it happening. Like dropping a set. We haven't dropped a set yet. We've consistently dropped a game though, and that just needs to turn into 2 games. But as long as we don't drop a set to them, it could all come down to week 6, and it's not going to get broadcasted. So that's going to be fun.
Well, you guys face them again in week 4.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, with Onslaught, as long as we don't drop a game to Vampire Lord and we just drop 1 set to Onslaught, as long as we beat them week 6, does it go to a tiebreaker? What does it go?
That's
Who
the
knows?
problem with round robin.
Evil Mojo has no clue. Like,
no, they do. They do. I mean, secretively, there's a. I put out the standings. Everyone has points. That's based off how many maps you win.
But have you been told that by Hi-Rez?
That's how they decided the tiebreaker for Group B of PS4 NA.
Then why didn't they put Onslaught above us on the fucking power rankings that they put out? Or not the positions for, like, placement positions. Like, they had Onslaught above us because we dropped a map. Like,
I told you, because their power rankings aren't as in-depth as mine, baby.
no, it's because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what's going to happen on a tiebreaker. They're just going to be like, fuck it. Ideally, I wish it goes to a best of 5 and
Flip
that gets
a coin.
streamed. I like the coin flip idea too.
Well, if you
50-50.
lose 2 sets by then, it doesn't really matter.
And I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm guaranteed to go to LAN either way. Either I win, go. Miracle wins and kicks his entire teams for my roster.
All right. So who's your best team in Xbox EU? Vex, both of you?
Vex. Yeah, Vex.
Okay, best team PS4 EU?
Flashpoint.
Probably
Same.
Flashpoint. I've never played him though. But
Who could beat him? Who could be the potential upsetter?
I guess that French team that beat them week 1, but it's not gonna.
YCTG?
I would bet
They're German.
Whatever. They're not winning. German, French.
So
last
Bluefish
I
and
don't care.
Cyclone have no chance.
I feel like in the Flashpoint set I watched, I thought Flashpoint had the bad draft one game and they still won. So I don't think Cyclone has a chance.
Okay.
They couldn't beat them with if I remember the draft correctly, I thought Flashpoint had a much worse draft than Cyclone won on Stonekeep.
All right, so Flashpoint is your pick. YCTG is your upset. How about you guys both got Elevate for the NA?
100%.
Yeah, Elevate's the best team in the world right now.
Upset would be Neil Bong.
The Oni channels.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Easily, yeah. They're very good too. But I think Elevate's the best.
Swiper made me a promise. He said he's not missing another LAN. He said that before he even switched to North America. I mean, he could drive there now. He's closer, you know?
I mean, they can, like, any team can, like, there's, like, 6 or 7 teams.
You just said, like, 4 times in one sentence, bro.
That's
get off his case, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like saying, you know?
There's, like, 6 or 7 teams that could, like, oh, God. Now you got me looking at myself for it. There's 6 or 7 teams that can beat anybody. It's Oni Channers could beat them, but I think Elevate's the best team. I really don't know how anybody else is that close right now. My team like takes maps off of them, but it's not consistent enough where I'd say we're better.
Elevate died. Let me see here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 times in 2 games.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Whoosh didn't die. Whoosh died 1 time in 2 games.
Who had the most deaths? That's the real question. Expose them.
Parker had 2 in game 1, and Shu had 2 in game 2.
Oh, bad players right there.
But Parker has 3 over. Oh yeah, I sent them the stats, and they were making fun of Parker. They like screenshot it. He's got the worst KD on the team.
I know my boy K Falk was like, man, I fed. I need to not feed anymore. After you looked at your stats.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the stats could like help people improve in any way?
Potentially. I mean, I looked at the stats and saw Bishop had the same amount of objective time as Koala, and I told Koala, Koala, you gotta step it up.
No, that was a mistake.
I know.
Let me wait. Let me look.
It was still funny.
Yeah, it was because those 2 on every page were the same because I typed the same formula twice.
By the way, quick question: do you know who has the highest average objective time right now? And is it Koala?
I don't know. He has 252 per game. The thing is, I'm trying to do the leaderboards. Okay, so here's the problem. I want, at the bottom of each page is your guys' like total stats individually as the players, and then your averages and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so in order for me to get that to where it can show me like the top in each category, I need to import that table to another page, which I can do fine. But then when I go to sort it, the numbers disappear because those cells are importing from those specific cells on the other sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been like on some help forums, and I got this guy that I know in real life that I sent him a copy of the whole thing for him to try and figure it out, because you have to use query, sort, filter, and import all in one, and it's just a super formula. So I'll be able to do that, like the leaderboards, hopefully within the next week. So I'm like, yo, top shielding right now, because other than that, I have to look manually, which is a lot. You know what I mean?
But I mean, you're getting paid that Patreon money, so you kind of have to do it.
Miracle's averaging 173.
Yeah, no, my guesses were the highest average objective times were going to be either Miracle or Koala.
Nah, there's a guy on Zimmerframe who has 1 point higher average than Miracle.
Fuck.
There's a wild card is averaging 178 and a half. 192 by Narc.
I just don't see anyone out objective time in Koala. I just don't.
Well, the other game. Well, you guys also played 3 games.
No, but I mean average. I don't think anyone's gonna out average.
The average is divided by how many games you play.
I don't care. He's still gonna have the highest average at the end of the league. After all said and done.
Point kid's afraid to leave the point.
Yeah, Blue, in the middle of our tourney games.
This guy's got 0.5. I mean, that's pretty
Koala
close.
caps the point. We're fucking chanting point kid's afraid to leave the point. Like,
wait, what?
did you watch Hey Arnold growing up? There was a character called Stoop Kid who was afraid to leave the stoop. Koala is that, but on the point.
Nah, the closest is whoever has 192. Harvey's got 180. Harvey's got a lot of damage, though, and he played a Nara.
Sounds like he was leaving the point.
Yeah. Yeah, your boy's got the highest average objective time.
Are you keeping track of the characters played as well and just not visually like displaying them?
No, but I will. I have a champion thing.
Because, yeah, once that's all said and done, I'd like to see, like, ideally, like, pick ban rates, stuff like that.
Okay, I have pick and ban rates. I just need people to when you send me the screenshots, I input the characters that were picked, and then I can tell who won. If you tell me this screenshot's from game 1, this screenshot's from game 2, and then I look at the match results, and you guys won game 1 and game 2, then all the champions on your team go into the pick and win column, and all the champions on the other team go into the pick and loss, and then I can give you ban, pick, win, loss, and win percentages. The problem is, you guys need to tell me the 4 bans. So there's 4 bans every game. So if you 2-0 someone, I just need to know the 8 bans.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. Like right now, like from what I see, Androxus has a 100% win rate.
He won tonight in a pickup scrim. So, all I'm saying.
And Koga is 1-1.
Well, that's skewed results. Whoever was playing the Koga on the loss clearly deserves to be kicked from their team.
It's the EU team. He was banned 7 times. But all the champ stats that I have are mainly from PS4 because all 4 of those games were streamed, so I can see the bans.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I asked Xbox kids, they're like, oh, I forgot.
I had to really think, and I'm still not positive on those bans, but they're probably close.
I inputted yours. It's a lot I got to do here, okay?
Once again, you're making that Patreon money. Like, you don't really have an excuse here.
I got maps, too.
About that, by the way, we're on the topic of Patreon. If someone gets to, say, the $100 threshold, where you get the poster of realBluTV himself signed,
yeah,
is it possible to get, say, 5 posters?
No, you get 1. You got to pay $500. You want 5 posters?
I want 5 posters if I can convince my team into all doing $20. Yeah,
if you drop $100, I'll give you 5 posters.
All right. We heard it there. It's recorded. I'm going to get it back to my team here. $100 for the 5 posters.
What are you giving him posters of? You? Pictures of you?
Yeah.
And you're going to sign them?
Yeah.
The moment I saw that Patreon, I looked at the rewards and I saw that poster status and I was like, yo, Bishop, what do you think if we all spend $20 and we all get a poster? Are you in? He's like, yeah, of course. It's the hard part is to convince the rest of the team, though. Bishop's on board.
Dude, listen. Koala's on board, okay?
No, Koala is not on board. I had to buy him the giver title today.
How do you buy that still?
It's not anymore. Or yesterday I bought it for him, I guess. But they just put out another like charity event where if you donated $10, you get it. I got it on the Spring Fling. So did Kev.
I got it on the Spring Fling.
Yeah, and then Bishop got it just recently with I think it was a children's hospital. He had to text Atlanta to 41444 and donate $10 to get it. And then me and Bishop were like, we're kind of a giver kind of team, aren't we? And then I got it for Dovo. I bought it for Dovo and Koala. So now our entire team can go into scrims and tourneys with all giver titles on. So that way the enemies know, hey, these guys, they're a better team, but they're also better people.
Oh, they're giving you the hands, bro.
Like we're charitable. Like my team is also like the oldest team right now.
Okay, you guys are nerds.
Dude, we are. Like we're old men with jobs, and Dovahkiin in a corner. He's like, hey guys.
Miracle. If they make land, this will be the most boring. They're gonna go to bed at 9 p.m. All right. They're gonna eat dinner at 4 p.m. Guys, you need to be on stage. No. We're cool. We're eating dinner right now.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
I just ordered the liquefied steak.
When Wolf was on the team, we literally had every single one of us was like the oldest. Like I think one of the only other players older than our team was like Miracle, who should be on our team clearly because of his age. Because he's
Listen,
like
my dad had like 40 canes. I'll bring some to HRX if you guys make it. You guys can have them.
Oh, there you go.
They're all custom. I got one with a sword, one with an ice pick on the bottom. It's real dope.
Once again, I just heard you said make it. I thought we've already discussed. My team will be going no matter what. Either we're winning. Onslaught.
All right. So thanks to both of you coming on the show. It was kind of a freestyle on the topics and stuff, but I enjoyed everything we talked about. So just give me a quick, one last thing you want to say, and give me your Twitter handle so that everyone out there can follow you on Twitter. GC?
Well, my last thing I want to say is I was personally asked before the show to give a shout out to Dovahkiin's Ruckus. And other than that, at GC2MT, same as my gamer tag. I don't really tweet much. I'm more of a retweet kind of guy, but when I do tweet, I like to make sure it's quality.
No.
And also, just in case, we have Curse These Hands merchandise going to be coming out soon. You can get baby clothes, cards, phone cases, shirts, diapers, anything embroidered Curse These Hands merchandise coming your way soon.
I'm going to walk into HRX with a fucking diaper on, dude.
Go look at my pinned tweet. Have you seen it?
They have like the baby onesie. They have a baby onesie
I've seen
thing.
the tweet. Yeah, I'm gonna walk in there with diapers with the Chinese hat I had on yesterday.
No.
Vuvuzela.
Oh my god.
Oh, and also shout outs to Hi-Rez for giving every team like 2 hours heads up on the logo, and then like the next day being like, oh, and if you guys didn't get us a logo, we're gonna take $50 out of your winnings. That was cool.
That's $10 per person. Miracle, anything you want to say last?
Fuck. I had something. I forget. Whatever.
No, it wasn't important then.
No.
It was probably about friends, but that's definitely in the not important category.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
All right.
That kid is not important.
Shout out that Twitter handle for us.
Oh, me? Oh, at Miracles HU.
And remember to use code Onslaught whenever you're buying your gamer jerky, gamer gear, gamer grub, chairs, any Onslaught merchandise. Make sure you're using your code. Like, don't worry, Jeff, I got your orgs back.
Thank you. Thank you. Good.
I use that code when I am jerky.
A word?
All right, guys. Later.
All right. Peace.